Hey Dwayne, back for video 2. Hopefully video 1 was good. I just ran through a quick video, another video that I did for this, and it was just so that I figured I'll make another one, and this one's gonna go by real smooth, quick, and I'm excited. So we're gonna jump back into. Before I do this, actually, I'm going to save this as a video 2 so you can follow along just in case anything wrong happened with video 1. Let's jump into the first problem I wanted to jump into before we started was instead of after 3 seconds, I want to make this create rule if attribute what am I saying? Attribute self position x is less than or equal to 2, and we're gonna have this move instead of relation to actor, we're gonna do relation to scene. Say self position y and move to position 1. I'm gonna make this 4 actually. I'll make it 4. And the reason we're doing this is just because, oh, is that the right side? Ugh. Well, we can copy this. This will be for the left side. But for the right side, we want 767, and we'll make this greater than or equal to 766. And the reason this was happening was because wrap X was on, so it would just go through and it would look a little odd. But that should work. Let's test that real quick. It's not actually working. Let's see why it didn't work. $767. Let's just make it 450. Let's see if it works now. When this happens. I'm actually gonna make this 766 and make this 764. I don't know why. Okay, sorry. Now we're gonna get into power-ups, but I just need to check one thing on the asteroid space game. Okay. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do for power-ups. First of all, this is bothering me. Flame X. Okay. Now I'm gonna make a real attribute called power up time. A real attribute called add coins, and oh, not real attributes, sorry, and booleans called shrink, and that's not how you spell shrink, and indestructible, invincible. Is that how you spell it? Is it IBL? I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, now let's go into our power and create a rule and say when actor receives event, overlaps or collides with actor of type hero, change attribute, oh, okay, we need to check what hero it is. So we do need one more attribute. What do I need? Sorry, my heat's on. I just need to show you. This is okay. Now I'm ready. Let's just call it hero number, and we're just gonna test 3, but we're gonna do that soon. So let's go back into power. Actor receives event, overlaps or collides with hero type. Now we need to check what hero number it is. So if it's hero 1, we don't do anything. If it's hero 2, we change attribute game add coins to 2. If it's hero 3, we change attribute game add coins to 2 and attribute game shrink to true. And if it's hero 4, change attribute add coins. I'm going to change it to 3, so it's kind of like tripling. But it's up to you. You can always keep it back at 2. And change attribute game invincible to true. Yeah, I don't know if that's how you spell it. Invincible. I don't know. Anyway. Sorry. Okay. Now let's see. Come on, Game Salad. Now let's create a rule. So actually for invincible, what we can do is just change attribute game. Say don't reset the scene if attribute game invincible is true, so change this to false. Sorry. That makes sense. For changing size, we're going to have to make 2 more real attributes called orig width and orig height. And I think you should know. I think you know how to do this, but I'm walking through you with it. You would change self orig width to self size width, and self orig height to self size height. Okay, so now for shrink, when attribute game shrink is true, interpolate self size width to self orig width divided by 2. And you can change it to whatever you want, of course, but I'm just changing it to half the size. And we're going to do it in 0.3 seconds. And change self size height to self size. So self orange height over 2. Then let's just copy these into the otherwise. So if game shrink is false, interpolate back. Okay, now we're just going to change the multiply, the coins. Score point, I think it is. Nope. Coin ship. Okay. You're just going to change it to game score. Instead of game coin score plus 1, game score coin score plus add. So, I think that's kind of self-explanatory. You can control how much to add instead of 1. Some other things we're going to have to do is destroy this once it overlaps. Oh, okay, I know what we have to do. We're going to have to change game power-up time to 10. Actually, no, I'm not going to do that here. Sorry. We're going to change... We're going to say after 0.1 second, destroy. So let's get rid of him. And then I'm actually going to want to make one more attribute. And this one is just called power up, to know that there is a power up. Where am I going? Why do I keep forgetting what I'm doing? My bad. So go to hero white tight. We're going to create another rule. Let's rename these to shrink and reset. We're going to create another rule and say, alright, let's see if this is how I want to do it. When game power up is true, change attributes, and we're going to have to make another self attribute. Call it my time. Change attribute self my time to self to sorry, to self time, to game time. Then what we're going to do is constrain attributes. Game power up time to 10 minus game time minus self my time. So what this is saying is sorry, that was bad. Okay, so what this is saying is you start out with 10 seconds and then take how much time has passed in the game. So let's say you've played for 200 seconds, you get a power up. This is going to say change self my time to 200 seconds. So it'll start out with 200 and 200, which is just going to be 0. So you're going to start out with 10, and And as game time increases, this will become 301. This stays at 300. So it'll become 1. This goes to 302. That stays at 300. It becomes 2. And it just keeps decreasing. Wow. This is better than an every blank seconds timer because this is more accurate. I believe that's what I want to do. Yes, it is. Now let's go back into power and change attributes, game power up to true, and then afterwards change attribute game power up to false. So let's move this to the top. No, we can wait. Now, oh, one last thing in there. We have to make it move. Now I'm thinking power up should move kind of fast, straight down. If you want, I can teach you how to make it move in a circle, but I don't think that's appropriate for this game. So we're just going to do a move in a direction random 245 to 325 at a speed of random 2 to 300. This is relative to scene. Create rule when attribute self position y is less than negative 100, destroy. That makes sense. Now, the next thing we gotta do is spawn this power up. So let's go back into our spawner, and let's keep this the way it is, and let's make another attribute. Let's make 2 more attributes because we're going to have to do 2 more things. So this one's going to be spawn power up, and this one's going to be spawn bonus coins. So now we're going to change attribute, game self spawn power up. Let's just do it between 1 and 20. And I'm going to copy this and just do the same thing with spawn bonus coins. And now let's create a rule. Actually, we can copy one of the rules in here, can we not? Let's copy this rule just to make it less strenuous. And this is spawn asteroids. And this is spawn power up. So we're going to say when self spawn power up, for all intents and purposes, we would most normally do, I'm going to do 20, but for testing, I'm going to say when it doesn't equal 20, so it's just going to keep spawning pretty much. Spawn power. So I'm going to change this at the end of the video, but this is just for testing. And then I want it to spawn in the middle of the screen, 384. And then I guess it could spawn there. Good. We're not going to do anything with this yet, because we just want to see what happens with the power-up. But I think that's all there is to the power-up. Now what we want to do is just make a bar. Now there's 2 ways to do this with a power-up bar. You can constrain the power-up bar's width to the amount of, the attribute gain power-up time, and that would shrink it. But the problem with that would be, if you can imagine, like if you see how I select like it's hard to explain with this. I'll show you in Photoshop real quick. Let's just make a new thing, doesn't matter what it is. If you can imagine, okay, that works. Constraining its width to the game power-up time would decrease it like this as it goes down. So it would be 10, 9, 8, 7. That's not how you want it. You want it like that. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So you would have to also constrain its self-position x to a mathematical value. That's not the hardest thing to do, and it's not a bad way of doing it. But I want to show you another way because I doubt you've ever used this behavior, because I haven't even used it till recently. And it's the replicate behavior. And what this is going to do is we're just going to say, we're going to have it each size be, let's say, 25 by, I'm sorry, height is 25 by 1. Have the color be green. And then spacing be 1. Copies, game, power up times 35. I'm sorry, game, power up time times 35. Just makes it longer. Doesn't do anything but the multiplication. Then we want it to. You said flash at the end. I'd rather change it. Wow, that's bad. I'd rather change its color. So an attribute game power up time is less than 2. We're going to interpolate self color red to 1. So it's going to interpolate. We're going to do that in half a second. And then we're also going to interpolate self color green to 0. And we're going to do that in a full second. So because these are different times, it'll interpolate to a different color in between. And that different color is yellow. So it'll go from green, quickly go to yellow, and then go right to red. I think that's a cool effect. I like that better. And then otherwise, just change, let's change everything back. Otherwise, make the color green. And that'll be done by changing green to 1 and red to 0. Okay. I think that's good. Let's see how that looks. Hopefully I didn't make a mistake in there anyway. Come on, game salad. Don't mess up. Let me save this before it dies on me. Oops. There. Good, it shrunk. Did I not put this on the screen? I did not. Also, this power up button you're not going to use, but what might be nice is to have it be displayed when the power up is going. Come on, game salad. So what I like to do is we'll keep it over here. We'll put our bar right here. And let's just make this create rule when attribute. So when attribute game power up time does not equal 0, change attribute self color alpha to 1. Otherwise, change it to 0. And that'll just show it. I mean, that's somewhat self-explanatory. I'm going to just quit out of game salad real quick. Usually when I do that, it'll move a little faster. Good 2. Okay, so now let's test it. I don't know why it's starting out with power up time. Oh, I know why. Uh, why am I in hero white type? The problem is it's starting out at 10 because both of these start out at 0. So what we need to do is start my time to -10. That should work. And then there you go. So now let's see if this works. It runs down. It should change color. Damn. Alright, it's running down. Should change color once it's at 1. I like that change color. And then it didn't change back. It didn't interpolate back. Why not? Because we never actually change it back, do we? No. So create rule when attribute game power up time is less than or equal to 0. Then we need to change all the power ups back to regular. So invincible to false. Shrink to false. Game add coins to 1. So right now we are hero 3 because that's what we just made it for default. So now it should work. There you go. And then this is what'll happen if you just keep getting. If you just keep getting power ups, it'll just keep staying like that. Let's try hero 4. Add coins should start at 1. Sorry, I didn't start it like that. So right now when you're hero 4 and you get a power up, this should change to +3. So let's see what happens. Perfect. And you are invincible, so you can just destroy asteroids. Cool. Alright, now we got bonus coins to do. And that's easy. We have a bonus coin actor. All we have to do is, this is easy. Let's, because I'm lazy, I'm just gonna have it take the same as, copy that. And then we're just gonna say create rule when actor receives event overlaps or collides with hero white type. We're going to spawn actor, and we haven't made this actor yet, so we're just going to spawn bar, but we'll spawn in a second. In front of layer, scene, and I'm just going to do 768 divided by 5. I'm just going to have it spawn every fifth of the stage, I believe. Is that right? Or do I want it every... You're going to spawn 6 coins, so I want over 6. And that doesn't have to make sense, but it'll work. And then we're going to have this spawn at 1050. Have the next one. You know what? Let's make the actor before we do all that. This is just going to be called Falling Coin. Yeah, I'm not going to do anything in it yet. Not spawn. Bonus coins. I don't want to copy it yet. Falling coin, okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, now I want to do 2 times that. 3 times that. 4 times that. 5 times that. And then I'm just going to add 50 to each of these, make this 1100. 1150. 1200. 1250. And then I'm just going to put a timer after 0.1 and just destroy this actor. Sure. Beautiful. So that'll be bonus coins. Yeah, that's all you really need for bonus coins. For falling coin, let's make it a... I don't know how big your other coins are, actually. Let's look. by 20, so let's make this... I'm going to make it 25 by 25. Just use that, and then move at 275. Just move, I think it's 270. Move down. And then create rule. Since you already have a nice actor that'll move to the thing, we'll just do create rule when actor sees event overlaps. Overlaps or collides with actor of type arrow white tight. Spawn actor coin ship. And then destroy this actor. Alright, that should work. Now let's just go back into our spawner. And I know I'm going kind of fast, but I'm not thinking any of this is that complicated, so I think it should be okay. I'm just going to pick this back to equals 20. But this one we're going to keep at does not equal 20. And it's just going to spawn bonus. If this does not make sense, let me know, but I think I'm pretty positive this isn't too difficult, but it could be. Oh, and there's the 5 coins that spawn. Nope, that's not what we want. 5 coins. And right now it's adding by 3 because you just got a power up, and those power ups make it add by 3 points. And now all these bonus coins are just having to fall like that in a line. What I actually would rather do in bonus coin is, in falling coin, is do accelerate. I think it would look a little bit better. 270, and you can accelerate at 160. To see, and good. Make this 30 by 30, I guess. It's a little bit more noticeable. I like 175, it's a rounded number. And I think that's it. Now let's go back into spawner and make this. Let's make this 1 every 30. Because it seems to be spawning a lot. Let's do 25. I was born on the 25th. I like the 25th. I'm a 25th kind of guy. And let's go to the scene, just delete. Just delete these guys. Now I think the actual game itself is... Well, maybe accelerate doesn't. I think accelerate. And I don't like how it just falls. Let's do accelerate at a random rate between 150 and 200. Because I want them to fall at... let's do 225 because I like 25. I want them to fall at different rates. Again, you know what you want though. And now let's just go to the store. Oh wait, one more thing. Small spaceship is what we want. I don't know where you want this to come. I don't know where you want this to come down from. So I think it's just going to be coming down from the top like all of them. But it might be cool to do like a... move it in like a... in like a loop-de-loop. I don't know. If that interests you, let me know. But let's just move it down at a pace of 270. And there we go. Now we're just going to have to add one thing to that spawner, which will be, and this is spawn bonus coin, which is, yeah, spawn and instead of that, I'm just going to do because you know how to do this, so might as well just put something else in there. Every 5 seconds, let's do 6. Every 6 seconds, spawn a UFO. And that can be spawned just copy this. That could be spawned random. From 68 to 700. And let's just see how that guy looks. And then I think the gameplay is done. I think now you just want to have to do the store. Oh, I'm gonna have to fix one more thing. Oh, that's gonna have to be fixed. But let's get that UFO first. Next, I'm invincible. I got the coins. Alright, hold up. Here's one thing. UFO right. That's right. UFO left. 1, 2, 3. At speed of 450. And you know what we could do in these? We could do timer after 2 seconds, no matter where it is, just destroy it, because sometimes it's getting in the way. One thing I would want to do, I want to do, is no, create rule if attribute game shrink is true, then this should be minus 40. Otherwise, you want to do it to minus 80. And when you reset the game, you want to reset all the attributes. So you want to reset game flame X to 0, game flame Y to 0, game power up time to 0, game add coins to 1, game shrink to false, and game invincible to false. Beautiful. Game is done. Let's do the store real quick. Store. I don't know. Is this is all one actor? Okay, so you're gonna have to design the store a little bit. I mean, yeah. I mean, this is obviously probably the way you're gonna want it to do it. But like, if you wanna have like cool button effects or something, you're gonna have to do that. For store, I feel like you know what to do. So I think I'm just gonna stress. I would change the coin values because I feel like these might be a little too easy. And then yeah, I don't really know. I mean, I can help you out a little bit. We can go to. You're gonna have to make a select screen. I guess I'll do one right now, but you're gonna have to end up doing that. Oh, I didn't even see this. Is this the power bar? Oh. Well, that would have been nice to use. But no, I think the way we have it is fine. Yeah, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm just gonna. What size is this? 40 by 90. Okay, I'm just gonna make a 40 by 90 actor. Wow. Select. Size 40 by 90. Here, white tight. Then I'm just going to create rule if accuracies event touch is pressed, change attribute, game hero number to game hero number +1 and game hero number, I think I actually want to do mod 4 +1. So this will repeat. If it's on 4, it'll just go to 1. If it's on 3, it will go to 4. If it's on 2, it'll go to 3. If it's on 1, it'll go to 2. I think that's right. And then let's do this. Constrain self image, and we're going to constrain it to something in a second. We're going to constrain it to a table. This is going to be called image name text, and you have 4, so you don't want forgot your image names. Hero gray tight, hero red tight, hero green tight. White, green, red, gray. 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 Hero white tight. Hero green tight. Hero red tight. Hero gray. Then I'm also going to do Boolean purchased. And cost. So the cost of this is 0. Cost of green, let's just do 100, 200, 500, something like that. You could also have the store be where they can extend the power-up meter. Like they can, if you ever play the game Subway Surfer, you can level up your power-ups. You can do that here, where you level up the amount of time the power-up. You can like level up the power bar. If that makes sense. But I realize what we're gonna have to do is change hero number to game hero number +1. Constrain attribute self image to table cell value. Game table 1 row hero number column 1. And then what we're also going to have to do in your play button. Oh well, do you not have a play? Is there not a play button right there? That was weird. In your play button, if touch is pressed and attribute I guess we'll have to do numeric expression. Game table 1, game table cell value. This is going to check if it is bought before you can play. Row hero number column 2 equals 1. So now we're checking if it is bought, and we're just making it a number instead of a boolean. Then you can press play, and then also what we want to do, we want to drag this on screen. Let's make him much bigger. And we want to say if attribute or if numeric expression table cell value, so if it's not purchased right now, and again, I think you know what's going on here, but if it's not purchased right now, so if it does equal 0, we're going to change it to, we're just going to gray him out. We're going to make this self color red, self color green, self color blue. I'm going to change it to 0.5, 0.5, 0.5, and then we're going to change all this back. So if it is purchased, change it to 1, 1, 1. And remember, we want to make this, we want to make this one purchased, but let's also make another one purchased just for your time being. So now let's see how it looks. Oh, why is it doing it weirdly? I just want to display what the actual hero number is. Display text, game, hero number. And let's change hero number back to back to 1. 2, 3, 4. It should be graying him out. I may have done something incorrect. If it equals 0, it should be changing it to that. And that's because this should be 2. There we go. So now, like, he's not purchasable, he's not usable, and now we can't press play because we can't use him. And now we can press play because we can use him. And last but not least, let's copy this. Is what I want. Copy this. Get rid of this. Obviously, your select screen is probably going to be better than that, but that gives you a good idea of what to do. Let's just copy this into here, so it'll change its image according to what you have. So we're going to play with this guy, and that's the guy that comes up. I also realized, you know what? These things are coming down way too fast. I mean, there's coming down, there's just way too much of them. So let's make this out of 35. 35. Alright, Dwayne. Oh, and we want this to be equals to 25. Maybe that's why it was coming down too fast. So we can make it 30. Let's compromise. Alright, Dwayne, I think that's it for me. Lastly, you want to do is for your store, I'm going to explain it to you, but I'm not going to do it with you. You're going to want 4 buttons. You know what, let's just do it real quick, or I'll give you something to work with real quick. Let's just call this purchase. I'm going to make him red, and then create rule. If actor receives event touches pressed, and let's give it. Oops, let's give it a hero number, so it knows which number we're buying from. We're buying for. If actor receives event touches pressed, and numeric expression, table cell value, game table 1, row self hero number, column 3 is less than or equal to game coin score. So if you have enough money, change attribute game coin score to game coin score minus table cell value game table 1 row self hero number column 3 and then change table value table 1 self hero number column 2 to 1. So let's change the purchase, and then let's just save. I don't know if you have coins saved somewhere. If you do, I'm not sure if I'm saving with the same key. But let's save. Add save coin score key coins. You'll have to load it somewhere. And save table to save table 1. And then let's also say if it hasn't already been purchased. So let's just copy this guy right here to here. So if 2 and equals 0. Lastly, we don't want this. We want it to kind of show that if it has already been purchased. So we're just going to do attribute game coin score. It also, if you purchase something, usually changes the current thing to that thing. So let's change game hero number to self hero number, and then let's copy this guy. So if it has been purchased, if that equals 1, change attribute self color red, or self color green to 1. So you can just tell. Okay. Let's put that out. I may have rushed that a little bit, but I know you know what you're doing here. I'm going to put all the buttons in this thing. And now let's just go through the buttons and change the hero number. Alright, Dwayne, now you have a fully functioning game with an in-app store, different levels and stuff. I mean, you got everything here. Let's change the amount of coins. Oh yeah, let's do one more thing. Let's start out with 250 coins. Let's have display coin. Actually, you already have one that displays coins, don't you? So let's just put that in here. What displays your coins? One sheet. What displays your coins? Coin number. I think it's that. Alright. So now you have 250 coins. Now you have 50 coins, and that's purchased. You can't purchase this, you can't purchase that. It's saved. We didn't load the coins, but the table's saved. You still can't purchase this, but you can purchase this now. And if we go to the home screen, you can select 1, 2, 1. You can't select 4, but you can select 1, 2, or 3. I'm going to select 2. You become player 2. Yeah. I mean, that's it. You got it. You got me for today. Alright, Dwayne, I hope you love this game because I'll tell you I do. It's been great doing these videos with you. Hope you like it. Give me some feedback. Sorry we couldn't get to difficulty, and sorry I didn't go through the story that much. Let me know if you want me to re-go over those or go over something else. Thanks, man.